All right, welcome back, guys. I'm with Buddy again. We're in the garage, and today we are going to get the crankcase carrier into the Bank 1 block. The first step, though, we are going to clean the bores out really well. We're going to use carb cleaner and some lint-free Kim wipes in this case. So you want to make sure that this is completely clean, or else, of course, you're going to prematurely wear or damage your engine. So
particularly these Nicosil cylinders, the last step in making these is involves diamond cutting and diamond dust. So you get a little bit of black. I mean, it's hard to see there, but this has already been cleaned like 2 or 3 times. But this is the deep cleaning. We want to get all of these. These are abrasives, and it's recommended that you clean them like super deeply. And so we'll be taking a lot of time, but this is all we're going to be doing. We're going to be cleaning, looking to see if there's any black until there's like nothing, until the wipes come back super clean.
all right, so lots of cleaning.
Lots.
All right, so there's 2 little
Dowels.
2 metal dowels that go in to the block, and then they go into here on your crankcase carrier, and that's what helps position this in the right spot. So make sure
While you averted your eyes, I banged the.
make sure these are in.
Not only that, but it is super important that you measure this height from the deck here and make sure that there's enough hole height there. Because if there isn't, then you're not going to be able to fit them in. And
Won't be seated all the way down, yes.
Yeah.
And then,
So that's how it looks seated down.
and that's the Porsche part number that we looked up because this was our bag of dowels. So we're pretty sure that it is that one. So you could freeze these ahead of time to shrink them a little bit.
Yes, that's the.
Or you can try to use some freeze off. Oh yeah, like a glove.
So what we want to do here is, this is a dowel and it will be mated to the crankcase. We want to make sure that this height from the deck to the top of the dowel is smaller than the depth inside here. We want to do it for both. So we're going to measure here. Yep. All right, so that passes the test. And then we're going to do the same thing here. It's here, right? Yep.
Okay, well, to be fair, this one is the one that goes over here because we have them backwards. But I think they're the same, right?
Daggone it!
They're about the same, right?
Let me see. This one. All right,
Yeah,
plenty of depth.
Plenty of depth.
Now this one. It's really depth of both.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, so now we have this turned around. We probably
So
should
now we're
position
gonna rotate it around the other way and then lay
Oh,
this.
do we need to put some tape
onto
on
there.
this? Do you want to do the whole taping thing like you did on yours for the chains? You did such
Yeah,
a
we kind of
good job
did it
with that.
after we put it on, didn't we? But we just need another.
No, I don't really remember where or how we did it. Should we? Well,
I think the chain just hangs over here, so we just put some tape on here after we set it in, so that it wouldn't
after we set it
make
in.
contact.
You don't want. We don't want to do it now, just so it never makes contact.
I mean, we can.
Well, no, I don't know what the order is for your. Should put those back in.
I'm gonna spin him around, and then without my phone mount, we need call in the reinforcements.
This one. Oh, we're gonna build the car after this.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems super.
All right, so we're going to let this chain dangle off of here, and that chain is going to go through there. And
No, how's that possible?
because it's just bunched up here right now.
Oh, okay. This chain is going to dangle.
That chain is going to go through the hole. Yeah,
Yes.
Same thing as before.
So that chain's going to dangle.
Videographer is on my other.
And this one doesn't have any dangle on this side, right? This was just going to go to the side.
That one's the one that's going to go over there.
Okay, but I'm not understanding one thing.
It's going to land. We're going to sit it on this side.
On this side. Now that makes a lot of sense. All right, Alex.
No rod's in the way.
You are going to hold this chain and this chain as we put it in.
Okay.
This chain needs to go through here, the front one.
Okay.
And the other chain is going to lay down here without much problem. And this is the side
It goes flat.
that goes flat. So we're going to turn this over first.
Yeah, so we'll just lay it on its side.
We can carry it by the. Right? Mm-hmm. That one goes inside.
Oh. It feels like it kind of fell on the dowel a little bit. Pinched.
I feel like this
that
one
needs
in.
zip tie on here. I need to take that off.
What the hell, Alex? With your only freaking job.
I'm sorry.
I had to protect that. All right, Alex.
Zip tie.
And the important thing is that this baffle piece retained its
It is. Okay, so that's loose.
because there's going to be a
Oh, and you don't have the thing here.
no, not yet.
It's kind of rock this. Make sure it's seated. That's the hard part to tell if it's.
Well, because
Seat,
yep. Hold on a second.
Oh.
It's not just lifting out, so.
And there's a bolt that we put in, right?
Yeah. Can we tighten the bolt?
And this is concentric. On the at least on my side it is. And
Yep. Looks like it's in the middle.
now this looks a little bit taller. Do you see any room for it to go?
It looks pretty good.
Tough to tell if it's all the way in here. There are bolts that go on the bottom, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure when we put the bolts in, it'll pull it snug if it's not already. I think it'll be obvious if they're not in there. It would be really,
Yeah.
really crooked.
It just doesn't seem like this is seated all the way. Maybe it's the light. Well, it ain't coming out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, next up.
God, that looks so pretty, doesn't it?
A little bit of painter's tape right here just to kind of keep the chain from scratching. So now we have to attach this so that we can flip it upside down and put the pistons in the bottom. So there are two bolts that go through the case into the carrier to hold it on over here. So we're gonna start with that first. All right, next step is we're going to use these 2 bolts to hold the crankcase carrier into the case here. We couldn't find these bolts from this engine that we took out, but luckily I'm rebuilding my M96 engine at the moment, and I'm in this exact same spot, and I had just installed these 2. So we repoed them, and we will order new ones. We did want to replace this seal, which will come back later, and pull this bolt back out and replace the seal at some point. But for now, we need them to hold this thing in place. So we're going to go ahead and install them. They're both T50s, and they come up from underneath here. So the one with the seal goes on the external part of the case to hold oil in, and this one is completely inside the case, submerged in oil all the time, so it does not need a seal. So we'll start with this one. This one's pretty easy. This chain that is hanging down, if you look under it, you will see that hole right there, and that's where that goes. All right, so our first one went under here. Our one with the gasket goes right there. So I'm going to torque these 2 in now. All right, both of these get torqued down to 22 Newton meters or 16 foot-pounds. So now that we have the 2 bolts over here on this side, the crankshaft carrier is secured over here. Now we're going to secure it on this side, and we're going to do that with these long bolts and this Porsche specialty tool, which is a 1/2-inch PVC pipe. So save yourself a lot of money.
2.6 inches long.
Yeah, 2.6 inches. That's what we are told on the interwebs is what it should be, and that mimics the thickness of the cylinder head. So you can see that this is how the bolt would normally go through, and your cylinder, the case would be where those threads are, your cylinder head would be up here, and that's how it gets tightened onto the case. So these are going to go on the bottom, the bottom side here. So we're going to put those on next. All right, so I just went ahead and put a washer here, and we are going to screw these into the very farthest away holes, and you can see that that measurement just gives it some thread, like, I don't know, 1/2 inch of thread or something to go in, and then we will tighten these up a little bit. See how our PVC holds. So after attaching these 2, it felt like it pulled the carrier down onto that pin a little bit more. So just for safety precautions, we're going to go ahead and put 2 more of these on and tighten them a little bit, so maybe it'll pull the other end down. So I'm just going to recommend that just to make sure that it's fully seated.
Oh wow, that's loose. I don't know how much you tightened it.
Yeah, that was loose too now. Yeah, I think this is the way to go.
Like, I'm just doing it without any. It's got to be about, what, 15 foot-pounds?
So my new recommended way is do this first to make sure it's all the way seated, and then put in those other 2 bolts and torque them down, because if we are pulling this tighter to sit more flush, then that means that those other bolts are too loose now.
Possibly.
All right, 22 foot-pounds. We'll
22 Newton
see
meters.
if that is, it needs any more now.
No movement.
All right.
No movement.
All right, well, we know it's good now. All right, so now in theory we can rotate this thing for the first time without it falling out. So my handy assistant, rotate. Okay, and a great tip we learned to make sure that this is seated flush in the case is you can see these little marks here.
The parting line.
Yes, party line. And if you look right over the top, you should see them all be at the same depth. So if you can see like a huge gap here and then not see that one over there, then you're at an angle And you don't want that. So if you've got it like this, you're
You
ready
can-
for the next step. All right, all wrapped up in plastic until our next adventure.